The opinions in this podcast are all our own.
But the businesses are real chamber members.
It's a chamber chat.
Coming to you from Wahoo, Nebraska. Chamber Chat with Kate
And Kat.
Welcome to Chamber Chat with Kate
and Kat. I'm Catherine Nygren, owner of Found and Flora Flower Shop.
And I'm Kate DeCoste, owner of Kate DeCoste Photography. This podcast is everything Wahoo Chamber of Commerce.
Well, Kate, we have another guest in the studio.
We sure do.
Oh, it's so exciting to have Jared Hiscock, owner of Farine in Ashland.
Yes.
Soon to be a Farine in Wahoo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Could not be more excited.
This is so fun. And when you just said that, it made me think of the movie Steel Magnolias when Trudy, I don't know if you've ever seen that movie.
It's been a while.
It's where the salon, she's like, I'm a chain. And that's what it made me just think of. It's like, yeah.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Sometimes I get asked whether we're going to like franchise Farine. I was like, no. We're not Burger King yet.
Not yet. No takeover yet.
Right.
But maybe.
Taking over maybe a little bit of Saunders County.
Yeah. I mean, why not? Like, I don't know. Yeah. Totally. I
Well,
love
thank
that.
you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
This is so fun. And I know it has definitely been, you probably don't know, but you've been the talk of the town because
Yay.
people are just like, ooh, what's happening? Oh, that's what it is? When is it happening?
Oh my
So,
gosh, I love that so much.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like word of mouth is by far my favorite way for this stuff to travel. And sometimes it feels complicated because like I don't know all of the details of something yet. We had people from Wahoo actually coming into our Ashland location prior to any of our employees knowing that this was happening and being like, hey, I hear you're opening in Wahoo. And like they'd be like, what? And I'd be like, yeah, no. It's probably me. Yeah.
That's funny.
I have a very large mouth. Yeah.
So backing up a little bit, so you and your wife own Farine in Ashland.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you guys have owned it for a couple years now, 3 years?
Yeah, just about April 1 will be 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And some of the things that you do in Ashland, you're a bakery, you're a wine shop.
Absolutely.
You've got like all the merchandise for like
A bakery, wine merchant, and a market. And so it's very like designed around the kind of market that you might find in France or find in Napa, where you are able to come in and you get a coffee in the morning and a fresh baked pastry, a loaf of bread for your day, and you can come in later for a quick espresso and come in the evening for a Negroni or a glass of wine or something like that. You know, the time that I spent in Europe, that was my favorite kind of shop, and the guy was there all the time. You know, and you're like, hey, what's up? And you know, yeah, I think it's a really special thing that you don't see very much anymore.
Yeah. And I love that you brought it to Nebraska, brought it to Ashland, and now bringing something similar to Wahoo.
Absolutely.
That you're bringing a little Europe to.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is something to be said about the way that those small towns feel in Italy or France or wherever it might be, that small towns here in Nebraska that are like centered around agriculture and around a really tight-knit community, there is a very similar feeling in those places where everybody is a part of what's going on. And there are these sort of Stadtplatz, these places where people come and hang out and like, you know, that, yeah. I don't know. I think bigger cities that are more spread out don't have that as much. You know? They would say like, where's the city center? And like, you're like, oh, it could be 10 different places. Yeah. Whereas in like Ashland or Wahoo, you really do know like where you go for those kinds of connections.
Where you can park and walk around. And
yeah. Free parking. Woo.
Yeah. Yes. So when you were, say, in your time in Europe, when you were going to these shops, did you have this in mind of like, I want to do something like this?
Absolutely not. When I was little, like I had this dream of owning an espresso bar, and it was like something that I thought that would be like so amazing someday to be like this little tiny shop, and you like just, you know, come down from your apartment and you like open up and like, I don't know, I thought that was really magical and very Richard Scarry in the kind of way that I love. Like I was obsessed with Busy Town, you know?
Sure.
And that, of course, like that part of the dream of my life kind of got crushed as you start to like think about like where I'm going to college and like what is my career and like all of that. This really wasn't like a feasible thing. So instead, I went into music, way more feasible. Yeah. And so, you know, when I was traveling, that was for the portion of my career where I was more actively an opera singer, where I was performing a lot. I was on the road a lot. But I have a family and I had little boys at home, and that's challenging to be gone 20 plus weeks a year.
Sure.
And so it was kind of, you know, there came a point where Damien and I had to make a decision. Is, are we waiting for me to finish my doctorate and for me to get a tenure track position at a small school somewhere and move there and spend 5 years trying to get tenure and maybe hate the town we're in? Or do we like figure out what it feels like to put roots down here in Saunders County, and to watch our lives and our families' lives, you know, our kids' lives like thrive and really be there for them. And so, you know, Damie had really found a passion for baking, you know, years before, and had seen this sort of come to fruition in leading the kitchen at Farine. And so it was like, well, let's see where that takes us. Let's do this. And yeah, it's been super cool. It's been a really fun adventure.
I love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I have to know, where did the name come from and how did you like?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, actually, Ashley, the former owner of Farine, is the one who came up with that name. And so like, I actually don't know the full story of that. You know, I mean, it's a verb in French and it means to flour. So like when you're making bread and you dust your board with flour, that's what it means. So it's like, you know, it's something very active, something very related to baking. And it is, you know, little French.
Yeah.
Little French,
I love it. Yeah.
It was definitely a learning curve for us. We used to be like Fariner.
You could totally say that. It doesn't bother me. And I think actually, like, technically, if like a French person were here, they would probably say Farine, where like it's a little slightly more awe at the very beginning, which I think is like one of those things. But we're Midwest, and like just like, you know, it rolls off better. I like it that way. Yeah, it's Farine.
Yeah.
We actually had a staff member ask when we were delivering some stuff one time, like, okay, how do we say this? Because
right.
Not intelligent and be like Fariner.
Right.
No, not at all. You can totally say Fariner. Like, you know, I mean, all the time, like whatever country you're in or like wherever you are, the accent or whatever, people say it the way they say it, and then like, yeah, we respond to whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
We're not offended in the slightest. We kind of like love the high-low thing. We kind of love where it's like there is a sense in which like Farine is like a luxury brand kind of, but there's also a real way in which it's like also super family-centered and like we have people of all walks of life in our shop every single day. Hanging out together, and I just think that's amazing. You know, we have like construction workers who have like are gluten free, and they know that they can get like they can get like really great little like power bars or something that are gluten free. I have somebody who comes in like literally every morning for that, you know. And I think and then we also have people who like roll up in the like most luxury vehicles that one could imagine, and I think that's like they're in the same line together. And I think that's cool.
Yeah, I really like that too.
Well, I know it's a place that we've taken the kids, you know, like if we go out to Ashland to eat, and then I love that you're open late, you know, and have that, like a space where you can have a cocktail, the candles are lit, it's very relaxing, you can just kind of chill for a little bit, and the kids can hang out, and it's not like,
sure, like it's more welcoming.
Totally. Most likely our kids will be hanging out there, you know, too.
Sure.
So it's like,
yeah.
Yes. So your concept for Wahoo, how does that change from?
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, part of what Ashland is and the way that Damie and I have thought about it is that like whatever we do that sort of builds on the brand of what Farine is, the heart of it is our location in Ashland, where like kind of all of those things commingle. And anything that we do outside of that is going to be like a little piece of what makes us who we are at like sort of our headquarters, you might think of it, you know, sort of, flagship shop. part of the reason for that is like what we do at the bakery. I think, people don't quite know just what a huge operation that is. We have 26 employees.
Oh, wow.
Like there is someone there from 4 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Wow.
Essentially 7 days a week. Mm-hmm. And, that to replicate that somewhere else is too huge. It doesn't make sense for us. Because part of why we did this is we want to make a better life for ourselves. And we think Nebraska offers that to us. It's like such a cool thing. I grew up in California and I met Damien in Washington State, and I would have never been able to do this there unless I was like a real estate tycoon who had decided I want to open coffee shops.
Right.
So, essentially the concept is that like sort of all of what makes Farine is at our little tiny baby shop in Ashland. And then anything that we do outside of that, which is like Wahoo is the first thing and maybe the last, who knows, is an extension of that. And hopefully requires like less labor and like maybe less hours. And is designed to showcase a specific part of what we are and maybe like add a little bit more. Like I've always been so sad that I don't have a physical bar at Farine in Ashland. I had a concept for a while of opening a cocktail bar that was called Old Pal. It's my favorite cocktail. So to actually have like a physical bar at this shop is like really magical to me.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So, this shop will have coffee. There will be some sort of like patisserie style pastry offerings at this shop. But like also we're in like a small community and there's like a amazing bakery here. There's other coffee shops and amazing restaurants here. And so like our thought about being in Wahoo is to only just like add to that, And so we won't be open until 2 p.m.
Okay.
And I'll just have a beautiful single group head espresso machine that I can like make a cappuccino in house for you, or if we want to like send you out the door with like a little, iced coffee or something. You're not going to be able to come in and get like 20-ounce, iced drinks to take out. There are other places for you to have that.
Sure.
But if you want like a gorgeous espresso macchiato and to sit for a few minutes and read a newspaper or like chat with your friends, then like I think we're probably maybe the only place that you could do that in, and I think that's cool. If that's your jam, maybe you want to explore something you haven't done before. We'll have a couple syrups for coffee, but mainly we'll be like the wine bar, and you'll be able to grab a cocktail, a classic cocktail or a Busch Light if you want to, and you'll also be able to open any bottle in the shop. So we'll have a much wider selection there, and then we'll also have wine by the glass and a small bar menu. So
I love it.
Yeah.
I love too that I don't drink Busch Light, but there are people that do.
Absolutely.
And I think when you say, if people are like, oh, it's a wine bar, I don't drink wine. Like, that's the first thing people are going to be like, I don't drink wine, I'm not going to go there. Yeah. But knowing that there are cocktails, there's beer.
Yeah, you can grab I make a bang up old fashioned espresso martini. Yeah.
I love it. So it's a little bit of a little variety of
you'll
drinks.
be able exactly. Yeah, we will have a full cocktail menu bar available if that's your thing, you know? Yeah, and we'll also have some sort of fun things that maybe you haven't really I know that Kat, when she was in Farine a few weeks ago, I think you had a Kir Normand au Breton on the menu, and it's like very simple.
Where you did you point? That's what I do at things where I'm like, I like this.
Well, it's like, one of the things is like, we were even talking about, it's challenging because when you're talking about like wines that are imported, you might people are nervous to order something that they don't know how to say, or they're not quite sure what all the ingredients are something. And that's something I really want people to not feel nervous about at all. A lot of these things are really simple. It's like, Kir is also known as creme de cassis, and it's that is black currant liqueur, and the French people put it in everything, and it is delicious, and it's sweet, and you put that with a beautiful dry cider and a little lemon, and it's just mwah, so
ooh, making me thirsty.
But it's also low alcohol, and a lot of the things that are sort of in that apparel world, that's one of the things that's very different about European drinking and like drinking in the United States that I think is changing a lot right now, is that like they tend to drink more often, and things that are lower in alcohol content. And so you can have like 3 Burren beers and it's not gonna be the same as walking in and having 3 martinis, which is a beautiful thing, and I'm not against it. I'm just like saying, it's fun to have some of those things that maybe you haven't tried. Like, well, what is Amaro? Like, I mean, like some people are super into that culture and other people aren't. And like, you can have the chance to explore that a little bit if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that. Like that you can just explore it and see, do you like it? You might be like, oh, this is my new thing.
Totally. Some people are like, I really don't like Chardonnay. And like maybe you don't like California Chardonnay because you don't like, New French Oak, and you don't like that like vanilla sort of like taste in your wine, but you might like really love Bourgogne Blanc. You might really love something that is like a French Chardonnay, and maybe you have never experienced that and you're like, oh dang, I actually like Chardonnay is amazing.
Right. I just was drinking the wrong one.
Yeah. Or like, what's Sancerre? Like that seems scary. It's like it just is Sauvignon Blanc, and like it's just that's all it is. It's just, they say the region, they care more about where it's from than like what the grape is.
Okay.
So to have somebody who's right there who can like guide you through that is also fun too. It's like, oh yeah, totally. I don't know about flowers. That's why I have like that's why I have Cat. Like
the same.
Right? Like I take an okay photo with my iPhone, but like I ain't. That's why we have a beautiful photographer. It's like so.
Right. Yeah. No. I yes, and I love. I was just thinking with you talking about that is going in and just having someone who does know.
Yeah.
And just having this in Wahoo to be able to just be like, hey, I'm just gonna go downtown and I'm gonna find the Chardonnay that I like.
And now a message from one of our chamber champions. Hey Kate, have you heard about First Bank of Nebraska's school branded debit cards?
Oh, I think I have seen those. What's the deal with them?
So every time you use your card, a portion goes back to your favorite school. And you can pick your school, and they offer several in our area, including Wahoo Public, Bishop Neumann, St. Wenceslaus, and St. John's in Weston.
That is so awesome. How do I get one?
Well, it's super easy. All you have to do is call or stop by First Bank of Nebraska in downtown Wahoo and choose your school and get your card.
There is an intimidation level sometimes when you're in like a bigger area and you're in some place that you don't know how it operates. You're like, well, do I sit myself? Do I like wait for somebody to see me? Or like, how do I order? How do I tell the person what I want? And like, I think it's so nice because like I've been able to get to know people in Ashland, like know what their tastes are, and like just be like, oh my gosh, I know you're going to love this.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that that's a really cool thing too, you know.
You had said something this was way back, but you said something how you wanted to almost showcase, I think was the word you used, one of the things that you do in Ashland, and that's what you're bringing to Wahoo.
Yeah,
and I just
for sure.
I love that because I feel like people, when you think of something else, like you're like, oh, you're bringing the same thing that you have in Ashland, where it's kind of like, well, we have this in Wahoo, but you can go to Ashland and experience something other than.
Totally. And there will be things that like we have at Wahoo that we don't have at Farine, which are things that we would love to, but there isn't space or a way to really for us yet. It's like, for instance, here in Wahoo, we have a cold case, whereas in Ashland, we don't have a cold case. And that's something we have to be really cognizant of when we build out our monthly menu, is that those things aren't refrigerated throughout the day, right? They're one and done. It goes in that case, and at the end of the day, if there's stuff left, we run it around in boxes to people, or sometimes it gets wasted. We have our chicken provider, and we have a big trash can, and it goes to the chickens. So, it's going to be really fun because like I love creme brulee, and I can't do that in Ashland.
Okay,
but I can do that in Wahoo. And it's like it fits with the evening. It fits with the wine-centered, concept. I can have a beautiful slicing cake. I can have expanded cheese offerings. Whereas like we have cheese at, of course, I always bring in a lot of fun cheeses in Ashland. But that is, and you can always add those to like a board if you want to. And I just like, grab whatever cheese you want. And like, but here you could walk in and you could be like, I want a half pound of this. And then we'd be like, cool. And then you can take that home if you want to. Or you can try some fun cheeses that maybe you haven't tried before. You're like, I hate blue cheese. And like, I'll be like, most of the time I do too, but.
Have you tried?
Exactly. And so those will be aspects that we like don't have in Ashland that we will have here. In addition to just more wine by the glass offerings. So I typically have 5 or 6 wine by the glass offerings in Ashland, and here I'll have 12 to 14.
Oh, okay.
So I think that is also a significant like difference between the two places. Yeah.
Nice. And so you'll have some like different offerings, like a cheese board.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can order
a
glass of wine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We'll have, deviled eggs are amazing. Damien makes an incredible popcorn.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
I cannot wait to try this popcorn.
Well, and actually, this was a whole conversation that we had. So like in Europe, like bars are required if they're serving alcohol to, and they don't have a kitchen, they have to they bring you little snacky foods.
Sure. Yeah.
So like if every time you order a drink, out with your drink comes a little bar mix or a little mixed nuts or a little popcorn or a little bit of potato chips or something. And I think that's just a beautiful way to drink. And so, when we were talking about what we wanted to do at Farine, when we sort of expanded the hours and added apero to what we offer there, we're like, hey, our family popcorn's pretty dang good. Why don't we do that? And it gave us the chance to feature a local partner. So we bring in Kaiser Family Popcorn, 5th generation farm in Ashland, the hand-hoed popcorn, and we'll have that out here as well. And with all of the beautiful seasonings that Damien does on it. And it's one of those things when people hear it's with olive oil, they're like, I don't know about that, but it's actually healthy popcorn. But yeah, there will be a rotating cheese plate. There will be salumi and pecorino. There will be deviled eggs. There'll be like a little thing of olives and almonds. So not like you couldn't come and have like a whole dinner. I think there may be times where we sometimes bring something in and do something a little special in that way. But definitely like before dinner snacks or after dinner snacks, or you could just get all of them and call it dinner.
I was gonna say girl dinner.
Yeah, it's definitely girl dinner. Yeah, straight up. But who doesn't love a good girl dinner?
Girl dinner.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. The thing I'm the most excited about is our French dip with salmon roe, and it will have potato chips. And so I think some people might be like, oh, I don't know about that, but I just think it's so beautiful. It totally speaks to who Damien and I are as people, sort of this high-low thing. We used to, we threw some, we throw a pretty good party. We used to always do at our house, we would do champagne and Totinos.
Nice.
So everybody would come and they would bring a bottle of champagne and a lot of nice stuff.
Sure.
This was not
not the $6 bottle.
Yeah.
No, it was not. But we would have all of these amazing toppings out, and everybody would top their own Totinos, and then we would bake them off. And I think it's just it speaks to I don't know, that's very much who we are as people. We love nice things. We also love things that are we love Taco Bell,
Yes.
I love a Miller High Life, so yeah.
I love that high-low. I just had somebody else say something about that, about being high-low, and and then they explained it, how you're explaining it, and
totally.
I was like, oh yeah, I think I'm high-low too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we want to be a little pinky out, you know, but like
and
also,
it's fun. And I say it's fun to pinky out.
Yeah, but you can come to Farine in your sweatpants, and I will not look at you sideways.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then I love that where you don't have to be like, oh, I'm not dressed.
No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, you'd be like, I didn't have a chance to change my shirt. It's like I don't care.
Right.
Neither did I.
Right.
I know in your Ashland store you do some special events. You have like your
absolutely.
Dinners. Are you thinking of any like special events to bring to
Yeah. Well, okay. So there's kind of like two things, and these are like not official. So like, don't put this up. I'm saying this out loud, but it's not on the record. Yeah. I think it's a 2-part answer.
Okay.
Yes, and really because of how the hours are at the wine bar here, really we're thinking of being, right now the plan is to be open Wednesday through Saturday.
Okay.
And I think that like if things are going really well, and we feel confident about it, then we'll expand hours.
Sure.
We always think it makes more sense to be able to expand rather than like contract if things aren't like, if there's a day that's just like completely dead, well, then it doesn't make sense for us to, be investing that time. And that's okay. We're not mad about that. So it just made, we thought that was manageable for us and also was maybe fitting like what Wahoo might, be the times that would be like, good for you all too. You'll let us know whether you think that's right or not. But like, for instance, we have our second Sunday of every month, we do a 5-course prefix wine dinner at the bakery that is just like so much fun, and Kat's had the chance to come out a couple times.
I've heard about it. Kat, yes.
Yeah. And so, sort of the thought is like, well, we're closed on Sunday, but like, come hang out with us still.
Oh,
So
sure.
if you want to still grab a ticket and come out and see, like, have a dinner with us, then like we would love to see Wahoo people at those things. That would be amazing. And I know you're going to have an awkward amount of Ashland people out here too. So I hope you're ready for that. Because already people are like, in Ashland are super pumped to come out to Wahoo.
Nice.
And I think that's kind of a fun little thing, part of why we were thinking Wahoo might be fantastic is that like one of the things that I really loved about, sort of a shift in career for me is that I don't have to drive so much or fly so much or like I literally walk to work, and I think that's so cool. And like, so when we were thinking about a second shop, it's like, oh, if I had to drive to downtown Omaha every day, like I would hate that. I already have anxiety. Like I don't need more. You don't
have to add to it.
And the drive between Ashland and Wahoo is just like so nice.
Yes,
it feels so nice. And like that was really one of the things is that Damien and I tend to like trust our intuition, trust our gut, and like, and sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad. And when we, Kat had mentioned that there was a space maybe coming available in Wahoo and we should just drive by it. And we just rolled up and we were just like, dang, we didn't even get out of the car.
I felt like you texted like 5 minutes later.
Yeah, I was like, we're taking it. Where you both like feel like, oh yeah, like we have to do something.
Sure.
Like we have to. And not just the town of Wahoo, but also that space, the combination of those two things was what made it feel like, yeah, it's time for us to like pull the trigger on something, even if we're not ready financially or like we're not ready like with our time management or something. But yeah, you're never ready.
No.
You just jump in and you just try a thing and figure it out on the way. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Fully formed in your head. You know what I mean? Like you can already see it, you can already taste it, you can already smell it.
Exactly.
It has to like exist.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. Did I answer your question? Oh, the other part is, will there be things out here? Yes. I don't know exactly what yet. Two things that are in the ether. One is a monthly dance where we would have a DJ out, and it would be like a soul night.
No.
So
I love it.
I don't know whether Wahoo's down for that or whether the tenants up above the
above,
wine bar
yes.
are game for that. But that is definitely something that has been very much a part of the conversations about like what we might want to offer at this location. And then the other part of that is that like we may have like a day where we do like sort of like pickups are available. So if somebody wanted something that like we don't offer here, but we do offer in Ashland, then they would have the opportunity to like pre-order it and then come and pick it up here. So that is something that we have talked about or thought about. It's not necessarily like a special event. We do have this really sick book club that's happening. So like, but yeah, so I think, you know, things like that will present themselves.
Sure.
And then we'll like roll with it. You know, like
Right.
we do, during the summers, we do hot dogs on Saturday nights at the bakery. You know what I mean? And we have like a jazz combo that comes out every Saturday night. And I lose money every Saturday night. But it's beautiful because I get to give that to myself as a gift. You know, it's my business is facilitating that for me. And that's something that I want. And so I think there will be things like that at the Wahoo location.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nice.
How fun.
Timeline to open.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. Totally. Yeah, I mean, like what we're hoping for is March 2021. That weekend would be like grand opening weekend. Obviously, all of that stuff is like, you know, we don't have drywall up yet.
Right.
And we have, you know, not secured our liquor license yet. So there are so many pieces of the puzzle that still need to come together.
Right.
We think that timeline will work. And we are pushing hard towards it. And so, yeah, we're hoping to be able to like, you know, let people know soon, like the hard and fast.
Yes.
But yeah, that's what we're shooting for. But I do think that we're like, you know, we're in that like month out, 6 weeks out kind of zone.
Sure.
Yeah, totally.
Sure.
We need it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think sometimes when people like, when is it opening? When is it opening?
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
don't think of all the things, especially for a restaurant or a bar, or things
Yeah,
like that,
totally.
the things you have to have
Totally.
to
Yeah.
and to open. Yeah.
Hey, Monica at the fire marshal's office, if you're listening to this now. We love you, and
Oh, that's so funny. But you did say before we were on, do you have a Facebook? Do you have an Instagram?
yeah, we have an Instagram for the wine bar. We have a Facebook also for like Fariner Bakery. We try to cross post on things really frequently, but we would love it if you guys followed Fariner The Wine Bar at Fariner The Wine Bar. And if you're wondering how Fariner is spelled, FARINER.
And that's on Instagram.
Instagram.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Because then if you follow that, you're going to be in the
You'll
know.
be super in the know.
Yeah.
You'll be.
Yes.
That is where all the knowing will happen.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I don't know. We'll tell everyone in Wahoo with like a. I don't know.
I hope that the chamber could do a ribbon cutting.
Oh my gosh, that would be
I
amazing.
think, yeah.
Yes,
we'll have
please.
to get that on the
please.
the calendar.
Yeah. That would be so fire. I would love that.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Is there any other?
Oh, did we cover everything?
I know. I was trying to
I
think.
rambled a lot.
That's what.
You did.
No, it was all good information.
Yeah.
I think I don't have any more questions. I just can't wait till March.
I know.
Yeah. Come drink wine with me.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. I'll play a really long game of Scrabble with you or something like that where I like run back and forth. And
you said 2 to 10?
2 to 8
2 to 8.
On Wednesday and Thursday, 2 to 10 on Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, at least that's the plan right now.
Right, yeah.
That's what's on the door.
What's starting? That's already on the door.
It is on the door.
I love it.
It's on the door. You got to commit at some point.
So you gotta-
Sign guy, he's fast.
Yeah.
You tell him to go and he's there,
He's-
you know?
yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah.
And super family friendly. Bring your kids if you want to.
Yeah, absolutely. I think after 9 p.m., I can't have kids in the building. But before 9 p.m., you're welcome to bring your family. We would love to have you guys. Yeah, as long as there would, there's like, you know your kids. Whether they like are grabbers of expensive bottles of wine or if they're
Right.
they're not, it's like, Obviously, we can't have pets inside the shop. It's always one of those like really tricky things that we struggle with a lot at the bakery, because I know people like love to have their animals with them. But just for like a myriad of reasons, that's one of the things that like, so, but kids, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Love it. Yay. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah,
This was
absolutely.
so fun.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. It was really special to be here. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening and watching, everybody. And don't forget
To keep it local, friends.
This has been a Chamber Chat with Kate and Kat. See you next time.